Mike Less says, Angel of the Lord, Old Testament, angel or pre-incarnate Christ? If angel, should we assume it's created? Justin Martyr is naming this angel as pre-incarnate Christ. Any thoughts? Well, yeah. By the way, um, since you ask about this, Michael, I'll mention that this has come up relatedly. There's a Catholic named Sam Shamoon who is rather sharp-elbowed, and he found an article I wrote back in 2006 in which I discussed the angel of the Lord, and I said there's more than one opinion on this, and you'll find more than one opinion, including in the church fathers. And I said at the time that I preferred thinking of this as an angel who is usually not the pre-incarnate Christ, but I expressed openness. Well, Sam Shamoon, being Sam Shamoon, called me out and started doing videos about this. And I'm like, dude, I did this article almost 20 years ago. And you didn't even think maybe I've altered my views in some sense in the last 19 years. It's not worth finding out whether that might be the case before you start ragging on someone in public. Well, he also, I was watching, I haven't watched his videos in full, but I was watching a part of one where he was taking exception to an opinion I expressed. I'm not even sure about what, but it involved the Apostle Paul. And he was saying to his audience, do you see why I get angry? He's just butchered Paul. And I'm going, dude, someone expressing a difference of opinion about how to interpret a verse in Paul, you need help. I mean, go get some counseling or take an anger management class if that's the kind of thing that's really getting you enraged in public. I mean, that's just disproportionate to the situation. But like I said, I haven't watched his videos in full yet. Don't know that I'm gonna. And I don't know that I'm going to respond, although I may. I've thought about maybe doing an episode of the Jimmy Akin podcast on this subject, or I could even do it on Mysterious World, but I don't know that I'm going to respond to him because, frankly, he's acting like a troll. And one of the standard pieces of advice is don't feed the troll. Now, I might make an exception to that, but that's where we are at the moment. In any event, had Sam Shamoon decided to ask me, has your thought evolved in the last 20 years on this subject? I would say, yeah, it has. I am more open to the idea that the angel of the Lord may sometimes represent the pre-incarnate Christ or otherwise represent a divinity, even without specifying the pre-incarnate Christ in particular, although I'm quite open to the pre-incarnate Christ as well. But I would say we need to approach these texts with some caution. Because there are other ways of taking them. And clearly, in some instances where you have the phrase, the angel of the Lord, it is not, or angel of the Lord, it is not referring to the pre-incarnate Christ. There are times where it refers to other angels that are clearly not Christ. That's easily documentable in the New Testament, for example. So I'm open on this. I'm not prepared to commit to a single position, but I'm quite open to the idea of the angel of the Lord in the Old Testament as the manifestation of divinity, including the pre-incarnate Christ. And if Sam Shamoon would check with people instead of just taking stuff they wrote 20 years ago and assuming there are no updates, he would know that. And before we go, don't forget to like, comment, share the podcast with others, and subscribe. When you subscribe, hit the bell notification so you always get notified whenever I have a new video. Thank you, and God bless you.